Today, I'm gonna show you how to make these super easy spatulas. You can make them out of your scrapwood. They don't take that long and they're super easy to batch out. So, let's get into it. So the first thing we gotta do is select our wood. So I've made this out of maple before, so I'm hoping to do something darker. Yeah, let's do walnut. Now, I made this one a while ago, but before I made this, what I did was I just freehanded that design, which, looking at that, that's a pretty good freehand. But since I already have it, we don't have to go through that rigmarole again. So I'm just gonna line it up to my piece of wood, and I'm gonna trace it. Go ahead and clamp that to your workbench and start cutting it out. Don't cut your finger off with a jigsaw. We've got a video about that. Not the whole finger, but part of the finger. Oh. I don't want to get sawdust in my ear. Once we've got this final line there, we're gonna unclamp it, take it off, and we've got ourselves a cricket bat. I played cricket once.
Seen cricket play?
I've played cricket. I went to India. I went to India when I was 14.
So much we don't know.
Yeah, there's so much you don't know about me. Look up Visakhapatnam, India. That's where I went. So if you want to make cricket bat, you're done. But if not, let's go ahead and bring this over to the miter saw. The reason I'm cutting this on the miter saw is because I do want this to be a perfect right angle. The next thing we need to do is rip the thickness on this. So if you have a bandsaw, you can totally just run this through the bandsaw. We don't have a bandsaw here, so there's a few different ways you can do it. One way, the way I'm gonna do it, is we're just running this through the table saw. You'll see. Or, you could go ahead and pick up your scraps, and you could tape the heck out of this, and then run this through just like that, either on the table saw or the bandsaw. I've done this before without these, so I feel comfortable enough to do it without these on the table saw, but if you don't feel comfortable, you could tape those back on. And a little update on the shop before we do that is we had an electrician come and check this out. Ow, actually that didn't feel good. But look at this. I purposely put this pile of sawdust on the ground to show you this, not because I'm lazy. A real dust collector. Pretty cool. So the first thing we're gonna do is lower this blade to about 1 inch, and we're gonna have the fence about 3/8 inches away from the blade, and we're gonna run it through the skinny side first. That way, we can take our push stick here, we can hold this part up against the fence as we take another push stick here, and we run this one through there. So we're never gonna be having our hands too close to this, just because it's a little bit safer. And then once you do one pass, then we'll flip it around, and we'll do it that way. And then raise the blade up a turn or two each pass, do it again. I realize this is a bit sketchy, so if you don't feel comfortable with this, do this whole process, but don't do the table saw, just start with a thinner piece of wood. You're not gonna be able to get 2 from 1 piece, but, you know, it's a little bit safer. I mean, you know.
Keep your fingers.
Yeah, keep your fingers. I mean, it's not the sketchiest thing I've ever done. And I got push sticks, but, you know, legally speaking, I don't recommend it, I guess, if there's, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll keep going. We need to get a bit of an angle on both of these sides here. So, how are we gonna do that? Well, we've got a little jig. We've got a wee little jig here. Now, this one clips right on to the table saw. I made it a little bit too tight, but that's okay. Basically, it's 2 pieces of 1/2 inch ply, and then a piece in the middle, which is the same thickness of our fence, and then you glue them together, brad nail them, and then what we can do is we can put our spatula piece there, clamp it down, and then we can angle the blade. Just guess, I'm gonna go 9-degree angle, and we're gonna line up the bottom of the blade where the blade meets the base of the table saw, right there on the middle of our spatula, and you're gonna wanna clip that in, and then once you run it through once, then we can turn this around, clamp it there, run it through again, and that'll leave that center right there perfectly for us. And the last thing, don't have your blade too high. We're gonna raise it up every couple passes, raise it up a little bit every pass. So don't have it too high. I'd say start at about 1 inch, and then we'll do this whole side, and then we'll flip it, and we'll do the whole other side. All right, go ahead and flip it around. So you can see here we've got that V shape there, I guess you could call it that. Now if this is a pretty aggressive angle, but if you want it to be a little bit higher up and at a less aggressive angle, all you need to do is raise the blade higher, so do more passes, and bring your spatula a little bit closer to the blade. And you can also have that angle be a little bit less aggressive. So we have a 9-degree angle on there. If you want, you can do a 5-degree angle and you can go all the way up. But now go ahead and do that with your other one. Oh, all right. We sanded 120, 220, and that's where we got the round on this. If you want to use a round over bit, you can. It just gets a little bit sketchy when you're getting that V there. Now that we've done 120 and 220, we need, not a sponsor, but it is our water popping bottle filled with water. We need to water pop them. And if you don't know what water popping them is, basically, this is just pouring water on your project after you sand to 220, and then what that's going to do is it's going to make all the grain stand up. You also get to see what it's going to look like. And then you can go ahead and knock that grain down with 220 again, and then you can sand it. The reason you want all this grain to stand up is because this is going to be hand washed after you use it. So if you make all the grain stand up now, and then you knock it down with sandpaper, the first time you wash this, it's not going to become unsoft. Unsoft? The grain won't pop up when you first wash it, which means these things are going to stay soft. So go ahead, let these completely dry till it doesn't look like there's any water on them. Sand them 220 again, and then we'll get some Howard cutting board oil on them. And water pop dried. Now we're gonna sand it with 220 one more time, and then we can coat them. Now we're gonna cut it with Howard butcher block conditioner. This is just mineral oil and beeswax. You can just use mineral oil if you want, but you gotta do at least 3 or 4 coats of this, especially on unfinished wood, which is what this is. So go ahead, put it on, and then rub it in. And then one thing you gotta know if you're using the butcher block conditioner is that you wanna let it sit for at least an hour, and then you're gonna wipe off all that excess with a shop rag, and then you're gonna wanna do that 2 or 3 times. I don't have any regular Howard mineral oil right now, but usually what I would do is I would do 3 or 4 coats of the mineral oil, and then I would do the final coat with either butcher block conditioner or just the regular Howard beeswax, but this stuff works for all of it, so you can just do 3 or 4 coats of this. Here they are. This is a super quick and easy project that you can make with your scrap wood and give as a Christmas present. But Christmas for next year, because this video is coming out after Christmas. But it's before Christmas when I'm making them. What are you gonna do? Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below any other videos you'd like to make. I'll see you in the next one.